situation that we think, if God doesn't rescue me out of this, I am done. And with his disciples, that he leaves the disciples to go ahead of him, and they go ahead in the boat. And then, after he's finished praying, he joins them. And he joins them, guess what? Walking on water. And they don't even recognize him because they're not used to the supernatural. They're not used to him appearing, walking on water. And you get this story from, just a second. We get this story from Matthew. I'm just confirming for you the verses. That's Matthew 14, 22 to 23. Matthew 14, 22 to 23. So the interesting thing is that while Jesus is so comfortable walking on water, his disciples are not used to it. But he's used to it. He's totally okay with it, right? So when it gets to the point where they finally recognize it's him, because they say, fear not. He says, fear not, it's me. And Peter, who's the bold one, he's like, yeah, I want to do that. Those kids or even adults who go like, I want to try that. That looks interesting. How did you do that? And his excitement excites Jesus. He's like, come join me in the water, walk on water. And then it says he sees the wind. Jesus isn't afraid of the wind. He like that. But Peter, in his human nature, saw the wind, read hindrance, opposition, pressure, people, accusation, persecution, and he backed out. He got so fearful, he actually began to sink. Now look at the immediate response or the immediate result of him taking more recognition of the wind than Jesus. Immediately he starts to sink. Why? Because his attention shifted from Jesus to the elements. What elements are you paying attention to? Jesus responds, though, by pulling him up. He says, ye of little faith, why did you doubt? How is it that you could doubt that he could do the God, period? We lose sight of God, and the loss of sight of God hinders us from experiencing the miraculous. Jesus is not subject to anything or anybody except what you believe. So if you don't believe in him, you don't believe in what he can do, if you don't have faith in him, we start to sink. We start to sink into the water. So the amazing thing about God is he gives us his nature. As children of God, we have his nature. That means wherever we are, in the workplace, raising a family, whatever we are, chairman, chairlady, whatever we are, leaders in society, we bring Jesus to the table. I remember one time Jesus told me, or God told me, wherever you go, you bring me with you. So ensure that you represent me. Bring me to the table. Comes and sits at the table as long as you're there. Because he's not afraid of the elements. He's not afraid of the opposition. He's not afraid of what seems to be a barrier. Now, if you want to push forward, which is the series we are on, we are pushing forward into our Canaan or promised land. There will be opposition. The elements will be against us. Everything will seem to turn upside down. Literally, haphazard and confusion will seem to reign. But if we pay attention to Jesus, guess what? We'll walk on water. We'll defy gravity. The thing that would seem impossible will be possible. And that is the whole point of being a child of God. It is actually all about defying the norm, defying structures and man-made solutions. And the seen becomes defiable, and you move into the realm of the unseen, faith. Faith is tangible only when you believe that you can do it. If you don't believe in it, you don't believe that it was secure, regardless of the wind. The fear took over him. So that's where he lost it. So don't lose it. Don't lose sight of Jesus. because of the elements that are against you. If they're against you, it's a good thing. It means you're about to get into some serious miraculous encounter. Some jaw-dropping thing is about to happen. That's why there is something fighting you. Because the enemy and people don't fight stuff that doesn't look like a threat. So if it is a threat to people, if it's a threat to anybody or anything, there will be the normal thing to do. You people go out. You should go out to the rain, go out to the wind, walk on the water. Jesus is with you. Especially if you're taking a risk for him. Especially if you're taking a risk for him to be glorified. And especially if he has asked you to come join him. So don't be afraid to join Jesus. So can you. Bye-bye. Ciao. Bye-bye.